Millions of workers are facing a cut to pay as inflation eats into household earnings, while the unemployment rate rises. New figures released today by the Office for National Statistics show that regular pay in real terms fell by 2.6%. The rate of UK unemployment rose to 3.7% in the 3 months leading up to November, up from 3.5% in the previous 3-month period, the ONS said. It comes as the UK's rate of inflation fell to 10.7% in November, after hitting a 41-year high in the previous month. Prices are rising at a faster rate than pay, which means people's incomes are squeezed. Growth in average total pay and regular pay among employees was the same at 6.4%. This is the biggest increase since 2001 when records began, not including the COVID pandemic period. But, when adjusted for inflation over the year, total and regular pay both fell by 2.6%. It's a pay cut in real terms as wages are going up, and they don't match the rate of inflation, which means people are effectively worse off. Average regular pay growth for the private sector was 7.2% in September to November 2022, and 3.3% for the public sector. Meanwhile, there were 1.161 million job vacancies on average across October to December 2022. The ONS said that in the latest period the number of people out of work for up to 6 months rose, driven by 16 to 24-year-olds. ONS Director of Economic Statistics Darren Morgan said, in the most recent 3 months, employment levels were largely unchanged on the previous 3 months. Unemployment rose, driven by more young people who have only recently become unemployed. Overall, there was a small increase in people actively engaged in the jobs market, whether working or looking for work. Vacancies fell again, though remaining at very high levels, with the number of people looking for work broadly in line with the number of jobs being advertised. The real value of people's pay continues to fall, with prices still rising faster than earnings. This remains amongst the fastest drops in regular pay since records began. It comes as thousands of workers have gone on strike in recent months over pay. Many are calling for higher increases to keep up with the skyrocketing prices of everyday items. Royal Mail staff as well as train workers and nurses are among those striking. The ONS said that there were 467,000 working days lost because of labor disputes in November 2022. This is the highest number since November 2011. Chancellor Jeremy Hunt said that the UK labour market remains resilient. Mr. Hunt said, even in the face of global economic challenges, the UK labour market remains resilient with a record number of employees on payrolls. The single best way to help people's wages go further is to stick to our plan to have inflation this year. We must not do anything that risks permanently embedding high prices into our economy, which will only prolong the pain for everyone. It follows official data last week revealing the economy unexpectedly grew by 0.1%. In the month of November, however, the ONS said that in the 3 months up to November, gross domestic product fell by 0.3%. Alice Hain, personal finance analyst at Best Invest, said, the economy grew by a surprise 0.1% in November, raising hopes that the dreaded recession might be avoided. But, the double hit of persistently high inflation and rising interest rates will take their toll on households and businesses at some point, meaning a downturn is still very likely, albeit a shallower one that starts a little later than expected.